So look, we're not too sure, but Dalan did say, he's like, just call it what we've been calling it. We're here on an episode of Watchu Been Playin. It's basically what we've been playing the last week, right? So we're gonna get into it. We don't know really how long it's gonna be, maybe 30 minutes or so. I don't want to keep you guys up all night either. Dalan doesn't care. This guy is up till like 4:15 a.m., so he don't care. But Dale, I feel like you're the most adult out of us, man. So we'll try not to keep you too late over here. Carlos Macias. I'm Carlos Macias. Dalan Kirkwood, thank you for joining me. A 95% hit rate. Actually, no, Dalan, on this podcast, on this particular show, you're at 100%. So congratulations.
Yeah, percentage increased.
Oh, damn. Okay, so I need to be happy about that.
I'm psycho.
Also,
hey,
at
man,
100%.
Previous to this, it's all been emotional damage.
Oh wow. Also, 100% Deo Blas. Thank you, sir, for joining us for this Watchu Been Playin. And Luis on the Wheels of Steel. Luis Mendez from DTLA, or out in DTLA. Thanks for joining us, sir. So this is what you've been playing. And Dalan, I figure we start off with kind of the newest game, I suppose, that we've been playing. Me and you have both been getting down on Dying Light 2. I think maybe we want to talk a little bit about Dying Light 1, right? Like we did solve that game tape. We were playing Dying Light 1 for the longest time, co-op. And all of a sudden, the game at the very end said, like, you know what? You guys need to disperse and just play the last of the game just by yourself, which was kind of interesting.
That was probably the worst part of the whole experience.
Yeah.
Is that by itself? Because we went through the whole game co-op. Obviously, you had your whole kerfuffle of your power going out and straight up losing your file.
Don't remind me, dude. Don't remind me.
But then we get all the way to the end of the game, and the very last mission, they were like, no, you have to do this by yourself. And we're like, oh, snaps. Is it going to make Carlos rewind all the way to beginning? But luckily it did not, so he was good.
Yeah, I was able to take off. The concerning part to me was that I was not going to be leveled enough for the final boss. And look, the game is old enough, right? Dying Light 1 is old enough where we can say not necessarily how it ended, but the last encounter is a freaking QTE, man. It's a QTE. That's how that game ends. You don't even have to like be leveled or anything. Just follow the prompts on screen. It's Shenmue. It's Shenmue at the very end of the game, right? So don't worry about being leveled. That's Dying Light 1.
It's punching a boulder.
Yeah, so it's punchingtheboulder.com. But yeah, so Dying Light 1, the annoying, or I don't know if it's that annoying, but Dying Light 1 did require you, in order for you to play co-op, you did have to play about an hour's worth of gameplay at the very beginning, which we were kind of hoping Dying Light 2 would solve. And no. For you guys hoping to play Dying Light 2 co-op right away, no. It requires about an hour's worth of gameplay before you can actually play with your buddies. But what are you thinking of Dying Light 2 so far, Dalan? What are like some of the changes that you kind of maybe dig from?
One is straight up more beautiful. All right, they definitely fixed some of the avatars for the characters, just the whole environment itself. They got a lot of woodsy things going on. They put more detail into some of these woodsy things. I say woodsy things being that there's the foliage of how detailed the foliage is.
Is it woodsy or foliage, Dalan? Make a decision here.
Huh?
Is it woodsy
foliage
or
foliage? Is woods, Carlos. What?
Okay. Continue, sir.
They're interchangeable.
All right.
Okay. I'll give you a point.
I remember playing. What was that game you like, Carlos? Is it outside outright? No, it's not outright. What is the name of the game that you like in outer space?
Outer Worlds. Oh,
yeah, it's Outer Worlds.
Hey, can we talk about Outer Worlds though? Can we talk about Outer
Hold
Worlds?
on, I'm bringing it up for a specific
though?
reason.
Okay.
I'm bringing it up for a specific reason because the game is beautiful, and I had it for a little while on PC. But when I first had it, I didn't have a good enough graphics card, so I had to turn down the foliage in order to make it run properly.
You're talking about the woodsiness of the game.
The woodsiness. I turned it down, and it basically looked like Fallout 3. All right, borderline Fallout 4. But then I got my new graphics card, and I said, you know what? I'm putting everything on Ultra. And it worked out perfectly. And I didn't notice until I turned it all the way up how much was missing from the game without that foliage being turned up. Yeah. Like the grass would disappear, the little, I'm going to call them daily pops would disappear, the little dandelions, they'd be gone.
You said like, daily pops, Dalan. I hope you guys heard that Dalan called them daily pops. You call them daily pops. I don't know what that is, Dalan. I don't know what daily pops are, but
continue, like Piccolo with his green things on top of his antennas.
Okay. Reasonable.
But my point is that a lot of stuff would disappear, and I feel like I went from Dying Light 1 to Dying Light 2, where I went from good graphics to pretty much ultra graphics. I see
what you did there, Dalan. I like that. I was like, when the fuck is Dalan gonna get to the point? And you did, sir. You did.
Good on you. You get a participation trophy.
So Dying Light 2, that's how you're feeling. Like we went to like ultra graphics or whatever.
Yes, that's how I feel.
And the frame rate's better, dude. Right? You can choose. You have 3 different modes, right? You have performance.
Oh my god.
You have performance, quality, and what's the other one? There's 3 of them, right? They resolution, which I went for.
Leave it on performance. Leave it on performance.
Oh, you notice the frames drop immediately, dude. Like they get cut by half if you go to like the quality, I think, or the resolution.
Yeah, you hit quality, frames just drop. You hit resolution, everything's running slow.
Which, guess what, Dalan? I went for the graphics, dude. I know it's choppy, but I want my zombies to look pretty out there, all right? But Dying Light 2, so we've yet to play co-op, but I'm sure we're going to have some impressions next time for you guys. But so far, it's kind of not, it seems like it's like a whole different thing, right? It's a whole different, like, kind of setting, a different world, which is, but it still kind of touches on the original, right, a little bit.
I will say this, because we compared Dying Light 1 to Mirror's Edge. This one definitely feels more Mirror's Edge. Like they took the Mirror's Edge and leaned into the free running and zombie killing at the same time and made like this perfect mesh for a battle. Because at some point, you literally have to implement into your fight stunning an enemy and vaulting over him to kick the guy behind.
They did add a little bit to the combat where the original was like, you could say it was lacking. It was lacking.
They added. I know you didn't get this far, but I was looking through like the tree.
But go ahead.
I was looking through the skill tree. They got like wall running, sliding, and taking out enemies. And they got all kinds of extra stuff that you could do as you level up the running. You could actually level up how much stamina you have so you could run longer and climb higher. They don't just say, all right, you can climb this tall ass building immediately. Nah, if you're trying to climb something tall, you're going to run out of energy and you're going to fall.
They did add like a stamina bar, right? Like you can't keep climbing. In the original, you just kept going and going.
Yeah,
and going.
You just
now it's like you can only go so
stamina.
far. But yeah, I'm kind of hyped to play it in co-op mainly. I mean, I that's kind of, we played the original that way and that was pretty fun. I don't know, it always kind of, the quality of a game kind of always like, it gets a little foggy when you play co-op, because even the crappiest game turned to be really amazing in co-op, right? So we'll be playing that. Luis, Deo, are you guys kind of interested in Dying Light or not? Luis, you gonna give it a shot at any point or?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly do recommend playing the game. Oh, Snaps, he said maybe. Let's see what happens. I still got my Dying Light.
Oh, dude.
I know.
Made the right move.
Hey, if you decide that you need actually, I don't know if it's crossplay, because that's an Xbox copy, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'd be able to actually play together with, Xbox and PlayStation having their own worlds right now.
But if I could get around to it, I'll get around to it, because I'm still kind of like going through my backlog, and this is one I'm actually looking forward to. But like, I think I asked this last time, where I was wondering how long it is. How long is like the campaign?
It's actually pretty short, man. I think Dying Light 2, we're not too sure. I know they said 500 hours. Then they were like,
Dying Light 1 was way shorter than we expected it to be.
Dying Light 1 was like maybe 8 hours, man. And I think part of it is the fact that when you're playing co-op, you can pick each other up, or like if you die, you don't reset to a checkpoint. You just like come back and you join your friend again. So maybe that's what made it like not as long as I guess it could have otherwise have been. But yeah, I think, to be honest, it's not directly tied in a way where you have to beat 1 to play 2. I think if you play a little bit of 1 just to kind of get a sense of like, if you're like me, if you have a weird mind like me, that you want to go where it goes next, right, as far as resolution and the frame rates, and kind of see where it's been, maybe play an hour or 2 of the first one and then just jump into 2, man, and get like the smoother frames and all that.
Hey, if you decide that you want to go through the whole first game, if I can pick up a copy on Xbox for another $5, I'd do it.
All right,
just to help you out.
Dalan, what else you been playing, man?
I know we didn't actually bring it up in our main topic of salient points, but I've actually been playing Wordle every day. I have played it every day. All right.
And
what the hell is
and
that?
who told you about this game?
They got you, huh? They got
Who
you.
told you about this
Carlos
game?
got me. Thank Carlos.
On New Year, was it New Year's Eve? And I
don't
looked over.
remember.
I looked over at Dalen's phone, and he was playing some kind of word game, and I was like, "What the fuck is this, Dalen? You know there's Wordle, right? You understand there's a thing called Wordle." And he jumped on
no
there,
idea
and
what
he's
it
been
was.
playing it ever since. But yes, if quickly to explain to Dale what Wordle is. I kind of know what it is, but Dalen will.
Is it like Scrabble or something?
No, it's not like Scrabble. It's basically a word guessing game. So you have 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word. And if you get a correct letter, it'll turn orange. And that just means it's in the wrong spot. If it turns green, you have the right letter and it belongs there.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
But that's the whole game. That is the whole game.
I will
you just gotta
comment on
guess
this.
the whole word.
Okay. I will comment on this later on
go
when I talk about what my Let's Play or what my.
Well, no. To go ahead and say what you want to say.
Comment on it. It's not on your list. So
Yeah. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
So that mechanic is a mini game in the game that I just finished, Sleeping Dogs. That
Okay. So, okay.
when you unlock safes in Sleeping Dogs, well, in one of the types of safes, that is literally the way to unlock the safe. Is you guess digit numbers instead of letters. Yeah. And it's about, I think the string is 6. And then it tells you like, oh, guess, it's a blank slate, so you just guess what kind of digit would be in each one of the places. And
that's exactly what it is.
Exactly what it is. Yellow is the correct digit, but it's not in the right place. And red is like
green is there.
It's been a while since I played Sleepy Dogs, like Wario likes to call it, Sleepy Dogs. Sleepy. He likes to call it. He goes so far with the joke that he'll switch out Sleeping Dogs for Sleepy. Like he'll be like, "Oh, there's a deal on Sleepy Dogs," and you click on the image that he puts up, and he changes sleeping to sleepy in the image. He switches it around. Yeah, he photoshops sleepy, so he replaces it even in the Photoshop deal or whatever. But I don't think it's the exact same thing, but I am kind of remembering that sort of Dale. But in Wordle, like you're typing something out, like you're actually like putting words in. From what I remember, it was kind of like, I mean, I know you guys didn't play Cyberpunk, but I did play Cyberpunk. The hacking in that game is sort of like you're matching words or parts of phrases or whatever, and that's kind of Sleeping Dogs, right? Like you're kind of fitting, because you're not typing in A, B, C or whatever into it, right? You're kind of matching it or whatever it is.
You're trying to match it, and you only have like 4 or 5 tries, depending on how hard the hack is or how hard the lock is. So
yeah. So, but Wordle, man, there you go.
Dalen, Wordle, it's addictive. You play it every day, and I ended up finding an app for it. Like I practice with it, whatever.
Yeah, all those are unsanctioned apps, right, Dalen? All of those, because even the creator was like, no, I'm not making any apps, and they put up a lot of bootleg apps of it that they've been kind of swatting them down.
Hey man, whoever put up this app, people are buying it for $10, whatever. I didn't buy it. There's a free version.
Oh, and it's on a browser. I don't know if you know, Dale, but it's on a browser. They don't have an app. Like you actually,
you have to go to their webpage.
You go onto the browser of your phone, like on Safari or Google or whatever you use. You actually
Official
go on the browser.
Wordle.
But so you didn't think anything of the fact that the New York Times bought this, and they said initially it will be free. It will continue to be free initially. Dalen was a key.
Hey man, I'll just go back to the app once they make it non-free. But I didn't care that they bought it as long as it stayed free. But if it's not going to be free anymore, then I'm going to be like, New York Times, why do you hate us? Well, you're conservative.
That was
shit.
a little. That was in the video. In the video, that was a little phrasing right now, what you just did there, dude. I was not, it was a little uncomfortable for me. I don't know if Deo and Luis saw that, but it was a little uncomfortable for me. But they do try to keep you from being too addicted to Wordle, right? You can only do one a day, right? Do you like that? The fact that they limit you on like, nope, you found the word.
Yeah, it's like they do one word a day. And I guess at some point, I know, we didn't even bring it up at any of our salient points, but at some point somebody hacked Wordle or something like that, or they ended up finding a way to be able to get all the puzzles, and then they were just posting the word of the day on Twitter and stuff like that, and pissing people off.
Well, because it's your one word, right? Like it's your one word, right? It's your one word for the day. You will not get another
people
word.
People just want to watch the world burn, man.
You could right click it and save it, and then you could actually just go through it. That's what it is.
Is this like, because I'm not like a part of this whole thing, but like, is this like the 21st century version of like the crossword or what's the
yes,
one?
it is the new crossword puzzle.
And that's why New York Times bought into it. So like they oh, this is our daily thing, and
it's a digital daily crossword puzzle.
Okay.
I think it's part of the appeal, but I do like when they I think they made a statement or something like, we bought them for a low seven figure. We bought this guy. I was like, okay, assholes, that's reasonable. And then there was a guy on Twitter that was like, this guy, I made a shitload on my app, and this guy, they really lowballed this guy on buying it from him. So
low seven figure, $1 million. Okay.
No, Dalan, count the figures. Wait, is that $1 million? That's still $1 million? No, isn't seven like
6 zeros and a 1. That's okay, seven figures.
Yeah, so he still made a couple million. He still made a good amount of cash.
Not a couple million.
Probably
just
not
one.
As much.
Low million.
low
million.
low seven. So under 10 at least. But what else, Dalan? What else you been playing?
I know I mentioned it on previous podcasts, but I was playing Zelda Skyward Sword, and I completed it. It was definitely an excellent game, though. If you're gonna play it, you got to be prepared to be in it for a long haul, because man, it takes a while to get to some of these places. I think I had the complaint about it before. There's not really a fast travel unless you have the what are those things called?
You didn't even have the amiibo.
Man, invest in the amiibo. It'll save so much time.
Yeah,
it'll save so much time. But then other than that, the only part about that game that actually irritated me was their Navi spirit, whatever. I got a thing here.
Are you okay, Dalan? Hey, whoa. Dalan,
no, I'm shuffling around.
Oh, whoa. There's a lot happening. Okay, Dalan. I mean, okay, I hope you're all right. Okay.
Oh, cool.
That person right there. I don't like her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There we go.
Uncalled for. There's a lot of shenanigans that
I went out of my way to make a bunch of noise so I could show you this person right here. Mm-hmm. I don't like her.
She's kind of
right. She's irritating. You think Navi's irritating? Listening to her at all is irritating.
Okay. Oh my God! Wait! No. I know.
I'm not gonna be able to clean that up, Carlos.
That will not be cleanable.
Listen to the thunder.
Don't do it again, Dave. I mean, what the hell's happening here? What is it as bad as a Genshin Impact? Because I played like 10 minutes of Genshin Impact. I was like, I can't do this voice that's following me around. I can't do it. Is it as annoying?
Well, considering this game actually ends, I could deal with that long enough.
Yeah.
Genshin Impact, at some point, you're like, man, I gotta just turn the audio off.
What else you been up to, Dan? Before congratulations is finally solving that. What else you been up to?
Just a quick moment. We went back to some Halo Infinite multiplayer. I know you were there with me, Carlos, and a couple other of our friends, and we actually were rocking it this time. We still had the issue with connectivity because that game does not like to connect people together. I don't know.
Daniel, you played that game for a while, man. Is it just big team battle? I think if the smaller the team...
No, we were doing the small games, too. We had
the
issues
small
with
teams
the small
was
games.
fine, though. No, but the smaller teams
that's right.
did connect pretty fine. But the big team battles, dude, what the hell?
It's messed up, dude. Like, I don't know what it is. I haven't played it in like about 4 weeks now, but because I'm just waiting for them to patch things in there. Yeah. But I heard it's getting worse and worse by the day. So you're not the only ones that are having issues. Like, the big team battle, they threw out, I think, an update recently, maybe this past weekend. I'm not too sure. But connection issues, staying within your party is really difficult right now. Syncing, there's like a lot of desyncing going on.
Yeah.
So it's
in terrible, dude.
Hurt,
and then some of us will load in, and then others don't. But it's still it's
hit
so
registration's
good.
Bad.
It's so good and so fun that I still think of like the moments that we have playing big team battle, and like I think one match that we loaded up recently where we're all loading in, and then we see a car driving past in the big like what did you call it, Dalan? Foliage or woodsy in the woodsy level, the foliagey level. You see the enemy car coming by, and we're like, light this fool up, and we're just like
everybody fired on that truck, and it just blew up seconds later.
So those moments make it like we just need to connect. We just need to connect.
Like I was reading on Twitter this morning, a lot of like, you know, content creators for Halo were like shitting on the game this morning, and the best tweet I saw this morning was that Halo is the most beautiful diamond covered in shit they've ever played. And I was like, dude, that is right now it's pretty accurate. You can wipe that shit away eventually, but right now that's what it's
like trying to play the game is the most frustrating experience ever. But once you're in, it's like the most fun you'll ever have.
Especially if you have a party to play with. It's amazing.
Hey, I will say, Dale, the dumbest mode that anytime, and we actually tested their banning policy or what. Dalen got banned. He was the only one that got banned.
Hey man, I did not want to test that. That was a complete accident.
We pulled out of a match that it was the battery pack one, where you have to like grab battery packs, bring them back to your base, and you can steal the other. If you're not a good team, don't try that shit. You will lose. If you're not a good team, you will lose.
Man, people knew exactly what they were doing. They like chained together, passed it back to each other. That shit was gone. We couldn't even get one seed.
Oh my god! If you're by yourself, just get the repulsor equipment and and push it. And push like 5 seeds all together, like all at the same time.
But Dale, you might be playing with like good teams, dude. We're a bunch of knuckleheads that we're talking about light this fool up, and that's what we're doing. All right, so Slayer is our mode. Actually,
capture the flag is our mode.
Capture the flag is we're doing a lot of things with that capture the flag. But I think what happens is the batteries are giving us too many things to do at that point. You're asking for too much of the group, whereas capture the flag is like we're gonna go grab that flag and bring it back. We know that
we're the gang that can't shoot straight, so don't put us in that situation.
What else, Dalen? What else you been playing the last couple?
Another thing that I've been playing now that Luis is back, I hope he's ready to join us in the very near future. Deo, I know I keep bringing it up for you as well. Even Abel of all people, I'm name dropping you, Abel. Thank you for actually joining. I'm in Destiny.
That's not a selling point for me, Dalan.
I know. I was about to say.
I understand that Abel himself may not be a selling point, but I'm giving Abel props for deciding to play.
Okay.
But the game is fun. We decided, I think me and Carlos, we decided to spend an extra $30 because we weren't there at the time to get the deluxe version of the game before it goes away. So we could get the other season passes. And man, there was some excellent story levels that were in these packs that we were like, why can't these just be normal levels?
Well,
why do you have to hide them behind?
But it's like so like obfuscated. It's like so lost. It's so lost in the sauce. At least I hope you enjoy that one. It's so lost in the sauce that why are these like great missions like not promoted and be like, hey, this is what you need to do to get these amazing missions, because they're really nice missions that we got. They're not exactly raids and they're not exactly dungeons, but they're like really nice, like separate missions. Like, damn, maybe they thought they were making a big deal out of them when it was like Season of the Lost, season whatever. But now that we're going back and like actually digging them up, it's like, why do we have to dig them up? Why can't they just be front and center? Here's the mission, or here's a couple steps that you need to do to get to it. But it's
Season of the Splicer, they put in some good levels for that so far. I still need to do Season of the Chosen and Season of the Lost. I did all of that, and it was actually a really excellent story that's setting up the upcoming DLC for the Witch Queen.
Well, and what pushes us is the fact that they're gonna be vaulting this shit, dude. Like, not only is like this is great content that because you were like, oh, this thing has been around for 2 years. Like, no, it literally just popped up on my screen right now. It literally just told me that this mission exists right this second in the year of our gaming lore 2022. It just popped up on my screen. So it's kind of like, and it's only because I'm trying to go back and like play shit before it's vaulted. So
and as of right now, you got 2 weeks left. If you want 2 weeks of excellent Destiny gameplay, I would still say right now is a good time. Even if you decide that you don't want to actually purchase all the season passes, if you just start brand new. I know that me, Carlos, and Luis have already done this, but Deo, if you decide to jump in, the Forsaken storyline is still currently free, and the Forsaken storyline is excellent.
And that's the one that goes away too, right? So at least do the Forsaken.
Yeah, it's going away.
But see, you push
and
hard.
It's vaulting?
It's
like
vaulting.
Like Disney Vault.
Momentarily.
It's like Disney
Well,
Vault.
Disney Vault sometimes messes with it, you know, because at least a superior game.
Go ahead, Luis. Go
ahead.
Like,
Let me hear this.
A superior game like GTA 5 will rotate things out, right? So it'll like say, oh, for now we're pulling this out and we're bringing in new content, and then we'll just rotate them through the playlist so you could keep playing them when they're available.
So, Luis, first and foremost, Dalan, put the camera on me, please. Stop logging into GTA 5. But secondly, we just talked about it yesterday, Luis, on Salient Points. Make sure to check that out. that this thing sold 160 million copies, dude. Of course they can rotate in and out at will, man. Of course they can do all this crap.
But now Bungie is owned by Sony, so we'll see if they'll be able to actually bring this stuff back. Maybe they could start unvaulting stuff, but their way of unvaulting stuff right now is the legacy raids or the legacy missions that they have one little icon. You can just start the mission.
Which, let's be honest, they haven't really accomplished that goal. They gave us the original
They have one thing in it, and that's Vault of Glass.
They gave us Vault of Glass, and they said, we'll get around to it. Maybe Sony will buy us one of these days, and then we can get everything else up. But I don't push too many people on the Destiny 2 bandwagon. I know it's incredible. I
push on the free bandwagon if you haven't played.
I love the 30 seconds of philosophy that we talked about from Bungie, and the 30 seconds of fun philosophy. I love it, but it's a time commitment, dude. It really is a time commitment. It's really like you kind of have to fucking look shit up. Like you gotta be like, what? I gotta do this and that. Even I'm being a fan, like I gotta go back and dig up all these other missions. I'm like, wait, what do I have to do next? So. But it is fun. If you guys are interested, we're available. Mainly Dalan. Dalan's more available, but I'll be around as well. But that's what. And you did Horizon. Then you hit up Horizon.
That was the last thing on my list is Horizon Zero Dawn. I actually decided to go back and play this game. Previously, I didn't have a lot of time to play it, but I've been slowly getting myself into it. I found myself having the same issue that I have with a lot of open world games is a hard time critical path in that game. You got all these side quests, like I want to go do all the things and collect all the stuff. And it can be time consuming when you have to run there, or if you lose your horse or you lose your bull. But I got a bunch of roll packs and I'm going to start teleporting to these freaking fires all over the map. But I'm not going to try and do that all the time because I still got to get places.
Dalan, that's your problem. I ignore all that shit.
I'm
running past the enemies. I'm like, okay, so you're chasing me now. So I see that you're targeting me. I'm going to jump over this rock and hide under the water and you can't see me anymore. And I'm going to wait till the target goes down, till the level's down. It's like Metal Gear Solid, dude, where the countdown starts and like they can't see me. I'm on the other side of this rock right
I'm just glad that I was able to get past the Batman stealth mechanics in this one, because getting past that alone and realizing that it's not one-to-one with Batman it made the battle a lot more fun for me. Because if I get caught, I'm just going to murder everybody, and I have all these weapons to do it with.
There's
unlike Batman...
Definitely get the stealth stuff, Dalan. Try to focus on sort of the stealth attacks, like the one-hit kills. Try to focus on that kind of stuff. And the fact that at some point you can knock, I learned about knocking, you can knock your arrows, apparently. You can knock 3 at a time.
Oh, knock multiple arrows. I saw that down.
Don't talk to me like that, Dalan. I know about knocking. So you can knock 3 arrows and shoot 3 arrows at a time. So focus
Carlos,
on that.
Spell knock. All right, there you go.
NOC, I think.
Yes, you're correct.
Yes, thank you. And I didn't even look it up. But so knock your arrows, get the stealth kills, and also there's a precision bow that's key, dude. Otherwise, you're gonna be fighting the fucking humongous bosses for like 3 hours. All right.
No, so I have that with that fucking tear arrow. I needed it.
So. So for me, I did go through it and I played through the DLC. I basically game tape solved for me. And I had little checkpoints. For Dalan was like, "Ooh, wait till you have the stealth." I'm like, okay. I mean, I did it. I got through the stealth. Then the other marker for me was Dale. You said, battle a Glinthawk or whatever. Turns out. It's kind of nice battling those things. It's kind of nice because you knock them down. They come crashing down, and it's like, I will murder you now. Thank you.
I'm going to ask, is the Glinthawk the gigantic metal hawks out in the middle of the desert?
Yeah.
That thing murdered me. I did not know what it was. I did not know what it was first time I saw it, and it just started firing on people in the middle of the desert. I was like, what is this thing? Mistakenly, I fired at it, and Nicole, my wife, she was like, Dalan, are you proud of yourself? Are you proud that you shot this thing? Now you can't kill it. And I just started running through the desert, and I was just fearing for my life the whole time.
Nah, dude, it turns out, because I was worried about that, Dale. You told me, I was like, okay, maybe that's where I stopped playing the game. I got to him, I was like, I kind of like the mechanic. You have to knock your arrows, shoot them down, and get your fire arrows out. Knock them down, then they come crying like they come crashing down. Make sure you hit that. Crying? Make you. I said it. It's record. It's on wax. It's on wax.
You gotta have a high enough level. You can't be out there level 15 trying to kill that thing.
No, I think even like not too high of a level, but you do gotta. Yeah, you gotta hit them like twice, 2 or 3 times. You hit them, they come crashing down, and then you critical hit them, and you bring them down. Like it was actually kind of fun. Unlike Skyrim, where the first time I took down one of those dragons, I was like, no, I will not fool Rosham or whatever. I'm out. I'm not going to play this anymore. I don't want this in my life. So I got past that, Dale. I got past Dalan talking about his stealthy. Wait till you have to stealth. That was fine. And I actually had fun with the game. I really did. I had a lot of fun running around the towns. That being
Great
said,
storytelling.
That being said, it's the room. There's plenty of room for improvement. So I want to see what she does.
Because that game was actually kind of beautiful now that I'm really
but it's not. The platforming is not as sharp as I wanted. Not as bad.
Oh.
Not as bad, Dalan. You know it's coming. Not as bad as Kenna, but it's still not as sharp or as responsive as I want it to be. It actually thinks it's Uncharted when it really is not. It's really bad at you can't climb some shit. Some things you can climb, others you can't, and it's definitely not.
And sometimes you can't tell.
Yeah, so the platforming is not great. So it thinks it's better at puzzles than it really is. It thinks it's better at like I said, the Uncharted climbing thing. So I hope that it gets better at that with 2, man. I really do.
Hey, man, leave Kenna alone, though. That was Indie Game of the Year, all right? Or one of I think it got something.
But look, like one of my favorite things to come out of that, like Deo said, on average, It Takes Two was the game of the year. Everything else was all over the place.
That was game of the year.
I can't believe you put Kenna as number 1, Dalan. Number 1 game of
the
year.
I love me some Kenna, man. That game kept me up at night to beat. All right, I waited a whole year for that game, and the game did not disappoint me at all.
Look,
okay?
I played that game, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna knock it down to story difficulty because I will not see the end of this damn game. I've seen enough. All right, Dalan.
It just sounds like you suck. All right.
No, I mean, it's just,
step up your game. Skate better, Carlos.
Get good.
It's a decent game.
Get good, scrub.
It's a decent game. What did I score it, Dalan? I hope I scored it a low score. I don't
know what you scored it. I'm gonna say you scored it scrub game.
Oh damn.
So that's what you are.
So I did add my review to that one day, like a little EGM style type of reviews on We Got Comms. I put my review and Dalan's review, which Dalan's the lead reviewer on that. But for Horizon 2, I'm definitely excited, but definitely some room for improvement. I think I heard some agreement on your part, Luis. Do you agree that kind of you're hoping that they have things to improve on for the second one?
Yeah, for me, it's more so not what you're talking about, platforming mechanics and all that stuff. It's more so that game definitely had this sort of weird balance of there were parts that were really polished and some that just were not at all. As far as like, for me specifically, animations that had to do with like a character talking. There were some that were really good, and then there were some that were just like straight up like auto animation, auto solve, whatever they were doing. They're just like, we're not gonna do that one.
Hey, for the most part, I'm looking at these animations, and I just got through playing Dying Light 1. I can still say they did a significantly better job at animation than they did for Dying Light for these characters' faces and conversation. I can very much appreciate the animation of talking in this game more than I can appreciate it for, let's say, Skyrim, because they still got a ways to go. So the animation is one part. Luis, what else?
It was specifically, like I said, facial animation, because there were some characters you definitely could tell they're like, well, this is a hero character, so we're gonna work on this one. And then there were some that were just like, oh, this is just
side quest
you find out in the foliage or whatever.
in the woodsies.
And they were just like, we're not gonna do that one at all. So like, there was definitely, that was it for me. But,
there's plenty of room for improvement for sure. Like that's kind of one of the main things. As I went through the game, knowing that 2 is coming out in a few weeks, I was like, all right, this is annoying. The climbing, this and that, but it has a lot of promise. It definitely has a lot of promise to it. I still had fun with it, and if you're playing it on PS5, it definitely runs smoother than on PlayStation 4. Like I don't think they did a full next gen patch, but they patched it up a little bit where it's still a smoother experience on your PlayStation 5. But so I'm pretty excited for 2, man, for all these little improvements. Deo, what do you think, man? You gonna go back and give it another shot or?
I'll watch it on YouTube. It's cool.
Okay, very reasonable. I like that. I like that though. I like that.
Honesty.
If I had, how about this? If I had quit or rage quit or whatever you want to call it on Kenna, and you were like, "Hey, you're gonna play through," I was like, "I'll watch it on YouTube." Yeah, I did. I saw enough. I saw enough of that.
All right, Mr. Psychonauts.
So I did. Other than that, I only played a little bit. I still gotta go back at some point, but maybe not. Boomerang X. It's a pretty cool, like, kind of a very quick, very Doomish feeling game on the Switch. I gotta play some more, but it's a pretty cool game. Other than that, I did play Pokemon Legend Arceus. I'm still very early stages, but they did switch it up a little bit as far as the Pokemon, the way they do things. There's a lot of very, like, giving you homework type of thing. Check off these things, catch this many Pokemons. So I'm still, the internet keeps talking about how the graphics are trash, and I don't know if I want to argue against that. The graphics are.
It's like I might just agree.
The graphics are rough. They're rough.
But that doesn't matter in a Pokemon game, though.
Yeah, I know, man. But
I don't know how I feel about that statement either.
Yeah, but at least it's cutesy. It's not they're not trying to push the hardware as much as they're trying to push it for this game. The little towns look kind of nicer, but once you're out in the world, in the open world, it's like, oh, okay, it doesn't look that great. But you're definitely I don't play a lot of the offshoots, so I don't know if they pulled some of these mechanics from any other games. But you definitely have, like, you physically, or in the game, right? But you're manually aiming a Pokeball and trying to hit a Pokemon with it. And I do like the cute animation when you finally get the Pokemon. You see, like, a little firework, like a little poof poof. Like, I like how unceremoniously, like, a little poofy firework comes up when you catch a Pokemon.
You're really going in ham on those sound effects in this
I'm
episode.
sorry, man. You can cut all those out. You can cut all those out, Luis. That's fine. But yeah, so I'm kind of early going on that. I basically, we were talking about. I don't know if it was on Salient Points we were talking about it, but I've been playing the Switch mainly portable, and I'm thinking, like, do I need a swollen? Because I can't remember the last time I put that thing on my TV.
Wait,
so.
Is this game making you think you need a swole?
No.
We need a Switch Pro. Right?
He said no.
No, not at all.
You're very much against that. No. It's basically Pokemon Go's one step up. Because Pokemon Go is just a slab of green.
The only reason is because I'm playing the Switch portably. That's all I'm saying. Not necessarily because of Legends and whatever. Because I know it's not going to make the graphics better, man. Nintendo's just, here, sucker. Buy this $50 more, get an OLED. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But, look, we'll get to that some other time. Luis, what have you been playing, man? What you been up to the last few weeks?
Well, first and foremost, I don't think I need to get too in the nitty gritty of this, but GTA 5, always. That's just, that's my daily chores. That's my chingas, as we would, call it. Yeah. So, and I mean, because like I was talking about earlier, basically on top of them cycling content in and out, every single weekly update they do, they make certain things give you double the cash and double the experience points. So it kind of gives you something to focus on. And this past week, they basically shifted focus to anything that had to do with the auto shop or the tuners update. You get paid double, you get paid double XP. So I've just been kind of chipping away at that. But
you did mention something about that you're not gonna like when they do the new version. They're not gonna give out $1 million anymore. You said you're gonna have to grind more before the new update.
Well, yeah, because they're giving away $1 million in cash every single month. So that was money I was just like, oh, well, I don't need to grind as hard towards the end of the month because I'm just going to get $1 million next week or something. Right?
Oh, I see. So it's not particularly, you're not talking about like when the new updated version comes out. It's not like they're going to stop giving you free cash. They should still be continuing that as far as we understand.
Well, not the 1 million for sure. That was specifically an incentive to until that game releases.
Oh.
Then, yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean. Got you. So GTA 5.
But yeah, it'll just mean I have to go back on my regular sort of, okay, now I got to try to get money faster this way or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. What else you been playing?
Well, I don't know. You were asking me about GTA 5. I thought you had a follow up.
No. Oh, you know how I feel about this, Lise. Stop logging into GTA 5. You know how I feel about this. I feel very strongly about this. Yeah, I might hit you guys up on there. But
Luigi's Mansion 3, got back to that. Totally forgot that. Just because I think we all kind of go through this. We use our Switch and then we just like forget about it for 3 months or something. So I bought a crap ton of games during like a Black Friday sale or something. Popped in Luigi's Mansion, played maybe an hour and a half, and then just like forgot about it. So I'm making an effort to try to chip away at Switch backlog specifically right now. So I'm starting with Luigi's Mansion 3.
I like that game.
Good,
Yeah,
dude.
it's a fun little, it's a fun little game so far. I wouldn't say anything that's super amazing or whatever, but it's a nice little kind of fun game to play while I'm laying down in bed or something. So yeah, I'm enjoying
And
it.
it's got like really the surprising thing to me about that game when I was playing is it's just the production value. That's a beautiful game, dude. That is like an incredible looking game, and I think probably is because a lot of it is when you get Nintendo to focus, it's like a smaller scale, right? Or in the sense that, well, you're going from room to room, right? You're not like in an open world like with Mario or with Zelda. You're like, no, look, you think the Switch don't have good graphics? Well, here you go. Be in this hotel, be in this one single level, and it looks damn pretty. I think it's probably like the best looking game right on the Switch. I don't know if you guys
Pretty
agree
good.
with that. But yeah, and you got any thoughts on Luigi's Mansion? Did you beat it, Dale? Luigi's Mansion 3 or?
Oh yeah. When
Okay.
it came out, I beat it. I thought it was really good. And it definitely kept my attention for the Switch because, like Luis said, like sometimes I forget I have it, and then I forget about certain titles. I don't have like the GameFly stuff that you do, so it's just like $60 games each time for a Nintendo first party title is tough to swallow sometimes for myself. So
Yeah. And I guess you're not too. You're more of a maybe Sega, Microsoft fan than Nintendo.
a little,
right? Right.
yes, I
So,
tend
okay.
to go that way. Yes.
Yeah. So maybe like
Dreamcast
Nintendo has
Motor
to.
Vita.
Nintendo has to win you a bit more, right? They have to really win you over on some of these games.
Yeah, I appreciate what they do. Like you guys hyped me up on the Bowser's Fury, and I was trying to shop for deals for that thing. No, I haven't played it yet. Although I think Target has like a buy
So
2 for 3 deal going on right now, and it includes it. And it's like in my shopping cart. And I'm like, but Dying Light 2 and like Sifu are out, and like Forbidden West is coming out. Elden Ring. There's so many games.
Yeah, you know what?
Backlog.
And what's cool about Bowser's Fury is so the Bowser's Fury itself, I think that's more of a Mario 64 mini kind of, which is really effing good if you really like Mario 64. But the other one, the Mario 3D World, you can actually play co-op, and it's pretty fun. Like I know you play games sometimes with your wife, I believe. I think you guys would probably have fun playing through that one. So if you need an extra like reason to pick that up, it's like you can play it through co-op and it'd be a fun little romp. What have you been playing, Dale? What you been playing the last week or so?
I like I mentioned earlier, I finished Sleeping Dogs, which I've been holding off for almost a decade now, because when I first played that game, I was like offended with playing it because I was like, why are these Asian people
out there? You're like, what is happening?
What's going on? None of us Asian people don't swear this much. At least I don't know that. So I was just like, I was pissed off, and then and I was like in the throes of Yakuza games, so I was just like, I don't feel it right now, but I will eat that crow that I spat, because like that game is phenomenal. I love Sleeping Dogs.
It's so good, dude. It's so
fucking good.
It's like Grand Theft Auto, if Grand Theft Auto had good hand-to-hand combat, right? Like if they actually
good hand-to-hand combat, and if they get rid of a lot of the micromanaging that you have to deal with in Rockstar games. So it's just like, man, like this is like a streamlined version of those games that gets to the point. It's a John Woo action film that I could play that's open world. Exactly. It like the music is great, the atmosphere and the little tiny Hong Kong that they built it's not the largest thing you've ever seen, but it's packed with enough stuff and interesting points of interest to go see and do and do all this. The fighting is so good. Like I didn't realize
it's
how
not
much
like
better that than Yakuza is.
And even years later, right? Because this is from like 2013. I think,
I'm playing the definitive edition, so it's like 4K. I don't know if it's 4K all the time on my Xbox Series X, but it looks good enough. But it's
like not side heavy though, right? That's what it is. It's not side quest heavy. It's more mainstream. Or you can what is the word that we keep using, Carlos?
Critical path.
You can easily critical path that game.
It's a lot of that game is critical path. A lot of it is
a lot of it is, which is nice, because like when I booted it up, I was like, I'll give it like an hour, and then that hour hooked me in, and then I realized I was like, dude, I'm already quarter away into the story, just doing just doing this whole thing.
Oh, wait until you play Dying Light.
And what you had
now I'm excited to play Dying Light.
You know what you had reminded me of too is like I think you tweeted about it, but this was like sort of like when Emma Stone was blowing up at the time, and I remember like, oh yeah, that's right, she's this voice.
Crazy.
So it's kind of nice to like you were surprised by it, right? It's like, wait, is this Emma Stone? I was like, yeah, this is Emma Stone. And I think it was around the time.
only one white chick in the entire game, and that's it. She's only there for like one side mission.
Well, so I guess
is that how you felt with Mark Hamill in Yakuza?
Mark Hamill in Yakuza, huh?
He doesn't, but he actually voice acts like Mark Hamill in his games. Like you could tell he's putting the effort. You know, whether he's Joker or Goro Majima. But like with Emma, you could totally tell it's her just talking. Yeah, same thing goes with.
She's not acting; she's just talking. She's just talking.
That's how I recognized it was her. I was like, "Is this her?" And I had to IMDb it just to make sure. And I was like, "It's fucking her." So, yeah, her and Lucy Liu's in it, and she kind of acts a little bit better. Yeah. But you know, I could totally tell it was Emma Stone from the get go.
I'm a little interested because sometimes I get that sense. I don't know if you do, Dalan, but I know sometimes like you do feel like some of these companies like pander to you, right? Like sometimes I'll see stuff and like they're pandering to Mexicans or Latinos too much. Like, I don't. This was a white person that worked on this. This was definitely not consulted by people that you're representing. It supposedly. Now, do you feel like? I think you might have said it already, but you know, do you feel like now playing it is like it wasn't what you thought it was? That it was gonna be like a caricature of Asian people or whatever? Like
definitely not.
It's a little more genuine, I guess, maybe in a lot of ways.
A little bit more than anything. It's not as authentic, obviously, as a Yakuza experience, but that's what angered me in the beginning when trying it out. Is just like I knew in the back of my mind that this is like a white person's lens put over like a Hong Kong experience, because that's what the dev studio was about. I know they have Asian people and everything working on it, and they're helping out with the story and the dialogue and to make sure to get the slang right. And all like the stories about dishonor and things that they value. Yeah. And they had input in it, and it shows in the gameplay and in the stories especially. But like when I first started that game, that's what I felt like. Once all these people started swearing, and I was like, I know gangster people that are trying to be thug in East Bay here, and like they talk like that, but like not to like their moms, not to to respect. I was like, what's going on with this? But that might be a little bit of some liberal thinking, or maybe they took some civil liberties with it, but once you get past that kind of thing, it's a really good game. The bones and the design.
I remember like really liking it. It's a little surprising that it just never got like a sequel, and I think they probably were thinking of it, but it might have not probably didn't sell as well as they hoped it did. And it was Square Enix, right? I think they were kind of testing the waters a little bit, right? It was like, let's do an open world, right? But it's not Final Fantasy. It's not like what we're typically associated with, but I think they did a really damn good job. I remember that was one game that's definitely, we've talked about frictionless gaming, and I don't know if that's how you felt about it, but I remember that game was one of those where it's like,
big time.
I just want to keep playing, and there's nothing that's like impeding me. There's no glint hawks like there was for you, I guess, in Horizon, right? No glint hawks, but
you didn't have to like go to a gun store to buy a gun. You already had the tools with your like the melee combat available to you. There was always like a parking garage somewhere, so if you really wanted your own car instead of like driving some jank ass like taxi or something, there was always like a way to get the stuff that you needed, which was just like, it was such a streamlined experience. And like you said, it's just easy.
Yeah, I think it's you would hope for a sequel. I know they were working like on a movie for the longest time. I don't know if we'll see that come out.
They still talk about it still in production. It's just like they keep putting it on hold.
But I would definitely like to see more of that. Did you get a chance to try out the DLC, like the Way of the Dragon? Was it Way of the Dragon or something like that DLC? Did you try that out?
No, I didn't get.
It's okay. I won't push it too hard. It wasn't like the greatest thing, but it was an interesting little side story to it where they kind of do an homage to Way of the Dragon, stuff like that. But you did play something else, Dale, right? Before we kind of get out of here.
Well, actually, really quick, I just want to touch base on it simply because you brought it up. I know you were talking about recognizing Emma Stone's voice in the game, and like I said, I was playing the Horizon Zero Dawn, and I just got to a certain point where I was like, wait, I know that voice. Is that Lance Reddick? And right now I had to look it up on IMDb. I'm like, it was Lance Reddick. I was like,
Wait, did you mention Horizon? Is that what you're talking about? Because Lance Reddick is
Yeah,
definitely
Horizon
in
Zero
Horizon.
Dawn.
But his face is.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. And his face is in it too. His face and his
Hey,
voice.
spoilers!
Oh,
I didn't
whoa.
get that.
Oh damn!
I just heard his voice before I came to do this.
My bad. Just don't play it for like 4 days, and you'll forget I even said anything. All right? just do that. Dejo, what else before Dalan kills me here? What else you been playing, man?
Yeah, and the other Asian open world game that I've been playing is Ghost of Tsushima.
You and your Asians.
Specifically,
Racial Dalan.
That's my roundhouse.
Hey man, I appreciate it. It's fun.
And so I finally got a physical version of the PlayStation 5 game. So I'm playing through that, and I'm playing Iki Island right now, and that expansion. And I'm just like, I'm right back at it. I love that game. Like,
any suggestions for him?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You were the most recent person that played the game.
Suggestions like what?
Luis was just like, "Why did you call?
Why did you bring me back into the mix here?"
I mean, Dale's played the game already. I don't think there's anything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He just said he already played it. He's just kind of going through it again. Did you do Iki Island also, Dale, or that's new? That Iki Island is
no, that part's new. Like I maxed out Jin completely. There's only
I did everything.
On the map, like everything's completed with the exception of like certain items, like some of the Shimano banners I still have to find, and some of the cosmetic stuff. But I just jumped into Iki Island right away just because I wanted a good challenge, and like the enemies on Iki Island are like no joke. They're all fully upgraded. You have that new Mongolian guy that like throat sings and hypes up all the other enemies on screen. So it's a pretty good difficulty considering I'm already upgraded, so I'm enjoying it.
I gotta get around to Iki Island, man. I just
I just gotta remember how to play the game.
And it Ghost of Tsushima was a damn good game. I mean, I bring it up every single time. I just can't get around to the guy is Sly Cooper when he jumps, but besides that, it's a great game. It plays beautifully.
Let it go.
Right?
It's a beautiful game,
especially if you take the parrying and all that seriously. It's pretty nice. It does.
They
make
dropped
you
the
feel
ball
like
a little bit with multiplayer, but other than that, it's a great game.
Yeah, but,
that kind of fell off the map, but yeah.
They're selling it separately.
Oh, are they now? I didn't even know.
Yeah, but you're good with the campaign. On that one, you're good with there's plenty to do. Good. It's a fun game to like even platinum. I don't know if you guys have platinum. I think you did, Dalan and Luis, maybe.
Yes, I did.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, it was there's Sony has been doing that. They've been pretty good about that lately. I think that pretty much any Sony game is very platinumable. It's platinumable with the foliage
Ratchet
and the
and Clank, the new one.
But they're all very doable, and I do like that because it's I think I don't think that person ever hit me back up, Dale. I think there was someone you retweeted or quote tweeted or something, and the guy was like, "It messes up games. That trophy's like." Just ignore them, man. Turn off the notifications. I don't understand. Like,
he's a controversial figure, I think, in the Twitter community. He does get like a lot of impressions with his feedback. Okay. So like, I mean, I kind of agree. I'm not the biggest achievement hunter at all. If I'm 98%, I might be able to get the 100%.
It depends on what you have to do for it.
Right. With Ratchet and Clank, it was easy, and I really want to do it for Ghost of Tsushima, even though I'm not even close to like 90% for it. But like it's not my MO. But he's always fishing for that kind of attention, to be honest. So,
but I was like,
I will never platinum become human. I will never do it.
Oh, there's some stuff that is rough, dude. There's some stuff that's rough, and even then, I'm like, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll play through what was that one, Lisa? Detroit. Yeah, I'll play through 6 hours of Detroit to get this one bronze.
That was a rough platinum.
That's what it was. My bad. I said being human. I meant it was Detroit being human.
Yeah,
right?
Some of the
become
human or something like that. But that's what I was talking about. I can't do that. I cannot do that.
So we'll leave it at that. I think. Look, I don't. Maybe Dale. Maybe we kind of rope you into our shenanigans. But Crossfire X is dropping for Game Pass. Were you interested in that, or not too interested on?
I have no idea what's going. Like, there's no media or rollout.
It's been in development for years, and I think you're correct. We're like, what the
What is it? I don't know.
You guys need to tell us. So maybe we could kind of give that a shot if you guys got some time. Crossfire X.
Going in blind.
The one that I'm interested. So before we leave, yeah, right. It's on Game Pass, so free, right? That doesn't cost you anything. It's in asterisks. It's free. The other thing, though, I'm gonna make it a little smoky here, but you guys are hyped about Sifu. Did you guys see the reviews for that? Dalan, that you hyped for Sifu?
Oh, you mean those early release reviews? In this case, I'd rather make my own opinion.
No, that's fair, but you're still hyped about it, I suppose, right? Are you gonna buy it? I think it's out right now, Dalan. I think Sifu is out right now.
Yes, I am gonna buy it. I just haven't bought it yet. I've been stuck on Horizon.
It's only $50. Deo, what are you thinking, man? You grab it? I know you see some of the reviews, right? That have come out and all that. Right?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely buying it, but I'm waiting for the physical copy of the game because I know it's gonna come out. Okay. Kind of like Kana, because Kana came out.
I did
digitally first, and I was like, I'm waiting for the physical.
But
copy.
The wait is longer. The wait is longer for this one than Kana. Well, Kana was.
I'm okay. Too, but, I'm okay with that. There's plenty of other games right now for me to occupy my time. I even have a little FOMO for Pokemon, that Arceus game or whatever. So I was like, man, should I jump back in? But
get that BOGO. Get that BOGO or buy 2 get 1, and grab it along with that. I would say. Mm-hmm. I was hyped for Sifu. Maybe I made the mistake, Dalan, of reading some of the reviews, and I'm like, no, I don't want this in my life. I do not want this $50 digital only game in my life. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. So it's like it's a roguelike. It's really it's supposedly the difficulty's pretty brutal, or it's kind of difficult and hard. It's all these things that I don't want in my life. So I might, by just for that simple fact, I might have to wait for the physical one day. We will both wait for the.
But I heard. Mainly because I heard it's a 2-hour game. I don't know. I heard that going around the internet too. It's
probably a 2-hour game if you can get from beginning to end. But if you get murdered the whole way, then it's not the case.
I'm okay with the shorter the better the game. But I don't see, for the stuff I'm seeing from it, it's kind of like,
Carlos, just play Deathloop. You'll be okay.
I'll game fly it. Well,
just play Deathloop, Carlos.
I hope you guys enjoyed that episode of our inaugural episode of What You've Been Playing. I'm Carlos Macias. Thank you for joining us. Dalan Kirkwood from Up in the Mountains. Thank you, sir.
Play Destiny.
Deo Blas. Yeah, I mean, it's a time commitment. Deo Blas. Thank you, sir. Again, thank you for hanging out with us.
Stop playing Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes, exactly. Don't even log in. Don't even update that file.
Just go play Wordle. It'll take up your time. You're fine.
Just play Wordle. Luis Mendez, I know you won't stop playing GTA 5.
Nope.
But please, man, we need GTA 6. They're obviously not working on it, even though they confirmed that they're working on it. Well under development. But
all they did was make a banner. That's it.
Stop logging into GTA 5, please.